Don't miss the opportunity to study in the UK for free this year 2025. This prestigious university offers a scholarship covering free tuition, £16,000 annual stipend, flight tickets, and no IELTS requirement for international students. Welcome back, my lovely friends, and thank you so much for always clicking that play button whenever I share a new video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome to this beautiful family. In this video, I would put you through the step-by-step process on how you could apply for this scholarship and so you could secure your spot today. Welcome to the official page of Alan and Nesta Ferguson University of Leeds Scholarships 2025. This scholarship is offered by University of Leeds and it is for this year 2025 intake. Now we would go through what the scholarship entails and what are the benefits, and I will put you through how you can apply as well, and also the fundings and every other thing that you require in order to successfully apply for this scholarship. So you can see that this scholarship is for international students. It's a one-year fully funded scholarship for applicants from developing countries wishing to pursue full-time taught master's study in selected schools. We'll look at the selected school afterwards. What is the value of the scholarship? What funding is on offer? We've got the fees, so your tuition fees is going to be totally covered. You've got a maintenance, that is a stipend of £16,664. You have a return economy travel and other allowances. So your flights, tickets are all going to be paid for, and it is a return ticket because you will be returning home after your 1 year of study. So that is what the scholarship covers. The deadline for the scholarship is the 3rd of February 2025. So you've got from now to the 3rd of February to submit your application for this scholarship. What are the conditions for this scholarship? This scholarship is available for applicants applying for programs of study related to economic, social, or technological development, with the exception of the Leeds MBA. So the Leeds MBA program isn't a part of this, in the following schools. Now, F and environment, you can see that, electronic and electrical engineering, and it just goes on and on. Medicine, politics, international studies, transport studies, languages, cultures, and society. So you can just go through all of them and see if there is any of the school or program that you are interested in. Now it says here as well that these awards are only available to applicants who are liable to pay academic fees at the international fee rate. So this scholarship is specifically for international students. Then applicant must hold or expect to hold by September 2025 a first degree at undergraduate level equivalent to at least a UK upper second class honors degree. So if you are still in school, you could apply, right? But by September this year, you should have graduated and have your bachelor's degree. Applicants should either have graduated with the appropriate first degree or be in their final year of study. That's what I just explained now. Applicants whose first language is not English must meet the university's English language requirement by February 3rd, 2025. And I would put you through how we could look up that and see if you do require an English test or not. So I will advise that before you even start your application, you should come here. It says applicants must also be citizens of and permanently resident in one of the developing countries according to the International Development Association list of borrowing countries. So you should click here to see that your countries is among one of the countries before you can even proceed with this application. So you just scroll down, it will bring you here, borrowing countries, So a total of 78 countries are currently eligible to receive IDA resources. So these are the countries in Africa: Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad. Just go through, look for your country: Ethiopia, Ghana, Guinea, Malawi, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Uganda. So make sure your country is listed. And if your country is listed here, congratulations. And the same applies to East Asia. You're in East Asia, look for your country. If your country is here, South Asia, I get people ask me, oh, I'm from Bangladesh. Is this scholarship applicable to me? Now, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India is not here. You are eligible. I know I've got my beautiful audiences from these countries as well. Latin America and the Caribbean. You look for your country. So before you proceed with your application, follow the process and click to see that your country is part of the countries that are eligible for the scholarship. Now here we would enter our country, your home country. You enter it here in this box to see what the qualifications, admissions qualifications for this admission and this scholarship. So for instance, I would use Ghana. Of course, some of my audience is in Ghana, so it's in no particular order. So one result for Ghana. Institutionally agreed Ghana undergraduate qualifications we accept for undergraduate study. English language minimum for undergraduate study. You will need a West African Examinations Council WAEC or with English at grade 6, C6 with English at grade 6 or IELTS. So if you do not have a West African Examination Council certificate, which I believe you should have, then you should have your country's certificate, and then you would submit that. Now, if you are applying with a WAEC certificate, please share your results with us via the WAEC website. So applicants who have studied in Ghana for at least 2 years to complete an undergraduate degree or 1 year to complete a master's degree where the medium of instruction was English are not required to undertake further English language tests. So what this literally means is if you have studied in your home country for 2 years and you completed your undergraduate degree there, they know that you were taught in English. So your language of instruction is English. You do not need to submit NFS. And that applies to other countries as well, where English was your medium of instruction. It could be Kenya, it could be Zambia, it could be Nigeria. That also applies to you. So now it says postgraduate qualifications we accept for postgraduate study from 3 to 4 year bachelor degree. If we ask for first, you need first. If we ask for 2.1, you need 2.1. If we ask for 2.2, you need 2.2. So these are just to tell you that whatever they ask you to submit, whatever requirements is expected of you based on your result or certification, you should submit exactly so. How to apply? So we will go through the stage 1 process of applying for the scholarship. To be eligible to apply, you must apply for a relevant taught program of study, be in receipt of a student application number. Applicants without a valid student application number will be rejected. Take note of that. So you should have a student application number when you apply. And this is a taught master's program, not a research one, because sometimes people get to mix them up. So let's click here. Step 1, find your course. Our list of master courses can be found in course search. So you will go through the course search and enter your course to see. Course start dates and application deadlines vary. So the start date of the course varies depending on the particular course you're going for. Most times I get people ask me, my beautiful audiences, asking me that, oh, but it's the deadline is passed. No, whenever I say the deadlines vary, it simply means that if, for instance, you're going for medicine, your deadline might be, submission deadline might be different from someone going for economics. So when it says the application deadline varies based on your course, that's what it simply means. It's not the same for every course. So please check the details of your chosen course before applying. If no deadline is given, we advise applying by July where possible, particularly for international applicants who will require a visa to study in the UK. So I think that is clear enough. So let's click on this undergraduate and master's course search. So we go for master's and you enter the course. I think I saw medicine. So the list of courses that were given to us, that this scholarship that you could get a scholarship for. Now it brings you here. Remember, I previously showed you a list of courses that you could get a scholarship, right? So make sure that whatever course you're choosing is on that list, right? Then you would enter here just as I did. Then it has brought us to the School of Medicine, so where we can choose. So select towards here where I'm hovering my cursor. You will filter by course type. So it is a master's program. The mode of study, it is full-time, because it's just full-time. They don't do part-time for this, right? Especially if you want to get the scholarship. Then on campus, yeah, because you have to be in the UK for this. Now you see it's given us 24 results for medicine, masters on campus, full-time based on our search. Medicine, MR, masters in research. Now do not choose masters in research because this is a taught program. If you see any RES is research, so take note of that. Molecular medicine, MSc. Precision medicine, genomic data science, MSc. Cardiovascular health and disease, this is part-time. Now please take note here when you are choosing. Now this is a rhetorical example, but it could apply to you. If the duration is 24 months, it is part-time. Do not do 24 months. Make sure that you click 12 months when you are filling it out. Duration must be 1 year because this is a 12 months masters. Now physics, MSc, it should be MSc and it should be masters in research, right? And make sure that by it is full-time whenever you're filling yours. So let's do physics, masters of science in physics. We can see this is 12 months and it is so apply, year of entry, you apply. So now it takes us to the University of Leeds portal. Here you would create your sign in here to apply for our third postgraduate. So you enter your email and your currently student email if you are a student already, but if you're not, you will start with the process here. So you click on personal email. It will take you where you can sign up. So you sign in with your email address and your password. You sign in, then they will send you a verification code. You would use that, and when you finish all of that, you will get a number when you apply through the University of Leeds. That is the number that you would use in applying to the scholarship. So we have finished that. With that student application number, we would go to stage 2 of the application process. So you can see applications without a valid student application number will be rejected. So when you have gone through that process that I went with you, then you could come for the stage 2, because then you already have a student application ID. Now, once you are in receipt of your student application ID, please complete the application form. So you click on that. These scholarships you can see, so this is the stage 2 process where you're applying for the scholarship, right? You can see centrally funded master's postgraduate scholarships international 2025 master's scholarship application. Okay, so you would apply for the school first, admission before the scholarship. These scholarships are available for eligible applicants wishing to undertake a master's of qualification in session 2025 to 2026. Essential criteria: these awards are not open to individuals who have already been awarded or are currently studying for a doctoral degree or equivalent. So if you have gone through the scholarship in the past, if you have been awarded it, you are not eligible. And if you are a doctoral student, a PhD student, right, you are not eligible. Applicants whose first language is not English must meet this requirement, and I have shown you the process and how to go about that you do not need to submit a test based on your secondary school or your high school certification from your home country. So you make sure that you read of all of this and fill application procedure to apply for a centrally funded master's scholarship at the University of Leeds. You need to apply for a master's taught place of study that I just went through with you. Point to note: when completing the scholarship application, please ensure you have checked the eligibility criteria for the scholarship. We have gone through all of that, right? You should only submit one form unless you're applying for more than one school. If you complete this form multiple times, only the most recently submitted will be considered. So make sure that the scholarship application form should be one. If you submit the form after the scholarship deadline, it will be rejected. Obviously, you shouldn't submit after the deadline. You should submit before the deadline so that it won't be rejected. So we'll have a bookmark and set an alarm so that you would know when the deadline. Set in your calendar, Google Calendar or anything, set reminders so you wouldn't miss the deadline. Otherwise, all your effort will be wasted. Then you can save the form and then log in and again to complete the form. So you do not have to fill this at a go. You don't have to put yourself under that pressure. So you can just do one of them, sip a cup of coffee or tea and come back to it and complete it. Just make sure that you have the deadline in mind, right? Doing that. So you just go log out, log in when you are ready to continue. So then when you get all of that, make sure you read this important. If the scholarship you wish to apply is not listed on this web form, then it has a different application procedure and it is your responsibility to check the master's scholarship database. Yeah. So I will advise, if you are going for scholarship, you need to read. Take your time to read. Most times I wouldn't be able to give you all of this, read everything to you, because otherwise the video will be extremely long and you wouldn't watch it as well if it's too long. So I give you the link. Make sure, do yourself the duty of going and to read every detail, because then you would have the vital information, so you don't miss out on any vital information that you require for your scholarship to be successful, because it is of paramount importance. If you want to be successful at your scholarship applications, you need to read every information and instruction that is given to you. So you click on next, takes you to the next page. So you can see stage application ID number. So I think here you have to enter your number to enable you commence the postgraduate scholarship application process. You need to have your taught master's application ID number, the one you have gotten from University of Leeds when you applied for your course. So this is how the number will be. Let me highlight it. Like it will start like this, NAPP, then your number. Of course, the number is not going to be exactly the same as this. This is just an example, but it will start this way. Then taught masters, you enter the number there, or your student ID number, e.g. digit number, taught masters research, you enter that. But it shouldn't be a research, it should be a taught program. Okay, for which program of study have you applied? Then you would say, when I was doing my examples, I used medicine, so I would enter medicine here. Next, So it brings us here as well, where you tell them about yourself. Here is the place that you need to be accurate with your information. You don't want to get anything wrong here. Of course, I know you wouldn't forget your name. So you enter your first name, your last name, that's your surnames, your family name, your surname, your title. You click on that, Miss, Mr, whatever, date of birth. You enter your email address, preferred contact address, and make sure your email address is a professional one. I always say this: don't go like, oh, sexy beautiful girl, or all the sort of, no, keep those ones for social media. Make sure your email is a professional one. So now you have applied for your scholarship. We've gone to the portal and saving your application. You can save your application at any point, so you do not need to fully complete it in one section. I told you that. However, your application may be deleted after 180 days if you do not submit it within this time. So when you're applying, you should not wait till after 180 days. Why would you even wait till then before submitting? Otherwise, it will be deleted from their system. Then the supporting documentation that you need, make sure you have all your supporting documents scanned and ready to upload with your online application. All documents should be in English or accompanied by certified translations into English. Now, this is the University of Leeds telling you all this. These are the required documents: your degree certificates and academic transcripts. Please also include a grading scale if this is not clear from your transcript. Your transcript hasn't got a clear grading scale, you should include one. You could request from your university. Evidence of your English language proficiency if you do not have a certification of your IELTS or your high school certificate. If you do not yet hold a suitable qualification, please select the option No English Language Test when applying. Now, if you didn't take the test and you submitted your high school, secondary school certificate, you just click on the option, or you select the option No English Language Test when applying. You'll see that scanned copies of any UK visa permit you currently hold or have previously held if you're applying as an international student. So if you're applying as an international student, which I believe you are, and you have traveled outside your home country, any visa or CAS, anything that you have that pertains to your travel, you need to scan copies to them as well. So that is why you need to read all this information, like vital, because if you don't submit this, you might just be disqualified or rejected. So it is of paramount importance. I keep on saying that. Make sure you read. Depending on the course you apply for, you may be asked to provide additional documents. So you say depending on the course, so it's not applicable to all courses. So you need such as your personal statement, a CV, a portfolio, translation test. If your course requires a personal statement, you will find guidance within the application form. We advise that you write your statement separately and then either upload it as a document or copy the text into the application, right? Because it's usually timed. So I would rather you write it out in a Word document than you copy them into the portal. If your course does not require additional documents, there will be no option to provide them in the application form, and there is no need to submit them separately. So it is based on the requirement for your chosen course. References, right? When you apply, you may be required to nominate two references who have knowledge of your academic and professional ability. They should usually be a lecturer or supervisor at your last educational institution, your last university, right? However, if you have been out of education for more than 5 years or applying with evidence of work experience, it may be appropriate to choose work-related referees. It is your responsibility to ensure that the referees you nominate are able and willing to provide a reference for you. So if you have been out of school, for instance, you've graduated for over 5 years, you're working now, you should use your employer or your supervisor and someone that you think could give you a good reference. So for some courses, you may be required to provide reference letters at the point of application. For some courses, take note of that, not all courses. When reference letters are not required at the point of application, they will not be requested automatically from your referees when your application is submitted. So go through all of that. This is all that you need. Declaring a criminal conviction, read that. Step 3, they process your application. So they're just giving you details on how everything how your application goes. Step 4 will let you know decision. They will let you know their decision. Step 5, you reply to the offer and meet any deadlines. That's the University of Leeds. So that's it. This brings me to the end of today's presentation. Thank you very much for watching. If you have found any value in this content, make sure that you watch the next video that will be displayed on your screen about the scholarship of Brown University in the United States. This scholarship offers you a $52,000 as a monthly stipend, and it is for graduate students, and you do not have to write a TOEFL or a GRE or IELTS, and you have your application fee waived. Make sure that you apply for that scholarship if you are eligible, and also share it to people who would be interested in studying in the United States of America. Now, if you are being selected, make sure that you let me know, because I would love to hear testimonies, because this is what the channel is all about. Until next time, think big, think success.